I'm here now. I'm here now. See, I was trying to be all fly, but wait a minute. That's still my jam. So let me play it. Hold up. Hold up. That's everybody jam. My husband said that's his jam a little bit too. This is the theme song for Nice Nicci. Can y'all hear it? Hold on. See, I'm working everything myself right now. I want to share that my lip is the color is Fantasia, and it is. Oh, but I didn't bring my mirror. Y'all gonna have to be my mirror. I'll do a bold red lip today, and I'm probably gonna mess up because I can't really see, and I don't have a mirror. Ain't that cool, guys? That's a color. Hold on, I might have a compact. What up, though, y'all? Come on up in here. Am I live on IG? Am I? Okay, I am live on IG. What up, though, sexy people on Instagram? It's all up close and personal. How y'all feeling tonight? What's popping tonight on Instagram? What's popping tonight on YouTube? Doing something a little different, you guys. Hold on. All right, no, I gotta get a mirror. Hold on, wait. Gotta make sure this right. And I have one right here. Hello, we're back. It is what it is, but this lip has to be right, especially when I'm talking about the color is Fantasia. We gotta make sure it's right. Hold on. I know y'all like, okay, you could have done all this before you became a live broadcaster. But it is what it is. Hello, beautiful people. What up, doe? I hope you are having a fantastic Woman's Crush Wednesday. You know what? It's going to be on my teeth. It's going to be everywhere, but we just going to rock and roll with it. I just wanted to jump on tonight, you guys. One of the sexy things about YouTube is that you got to be consistent. So your girl is out here in these streets working real hard to be consistent. Because consistency is what matters on YouTube. Shout out to the people watching me on Instagram. I see y'all. San Jude here. I see you, Nor112020. I see y'all watching me on YouTube. If you are froggish and you want to take a leap, then run on over to wirf.tv YouTube channel. That is WIRF.TV on YouTube. And I am not an MUA. So I'm going to try not to be distracted by the fact that I just threw my lipstick on. It's not on YouTube? What? Hold up. How is it not on YouTube? Oh, y'all, I got to go and come back. It's got to be on YouTube. I'm going to leave and I'm going to come right on back. So you guys come right on back and hang out with me. Are y'all sure it's not on YouTube? What is this right here? Hold on. I think my husband is. I think I am on YouTube. Hold on. Let's make sure. Hold on, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you see me on YouTube. If you're watching. Oh, I'm not. Oh, yes, I am. I am on YouTube, honey. Yep, I'm on YouTube. Yeah, absolutely. See, I was about to stop the live and everything. Guys, I wanted to jump on here and be consistent because the understanding that I have from all of these absolutely fantastic YouTube people out here in these YouTube streets is that you have to be consistent. So whether there are 5 followers or 11,000, I have to commit myself to building this Wirf TV YouTube channel. Shout out to everybody who watched Diary of a Diva. Can y'all show me through some hearts or some whatever's y'all put in the chats? I'm learning the YouTube language too. Hold on, let me come over here and see how I could see who's. Oh, hold on, guys. I'm trying to figure out. There's the chat. Yes. Okay. Now I can see the YouTube chat. Yay. Okay. So I feel like I'm rocking and rolling. Thank you, Lady Natural. I really appreciate that. What's up, Lady LaQuivia? I appreciate you as well. If you guys are watching on Facebook, if you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching, LinkedIn, for some reason, we had a problem with LinkedIn today, but when you're going live, it is what it is. So, guys, I wanted to take an opportunity to give everyone a chance to ask me some questions. If you watch Diary of a Diva, I want to know your feedback. I have absolutely. Okay, one of my good friends is Monifa, and you did that. Thank you so much, Blessed Bands. We had a great conversation, you guys. The next conversation that you'll be getting is me and Katera. And if y'all don't know who Katera is, that's my sister Kiki Wyatt. I had an opportunity to visit her church, which is an amazing space. I had a great time hanging out with Kiki and Pastor Weathers. You guys, if you are in the Atlanta area, please make sure you check out Sound Atlanta. It is a really awesome experience. I had a good old time. If you're watching me on YouTube, please make sure that you subscribe. Thank you so much. I would really appreciate it. Like, share, and subscribe. We are building. You guys, we hit 10,000 and I was geeked up. She geeked up. She geeked up. If you geeked up, then I'm geeked up. She geeked up. But before we get into the Q&A, did any of you see the conversation between Monique and her husband? I had a photo. I'm trying to download it, guys, because I wanted to show you all a little piece of the conversation. Because when I saw the conversation, I said a couple things come to mind. Right? Thing number one, do you feel like Monique gets a lot of flack because she is supported by her husband? Like, that's so weird to me. And maybe it's because we live in a world with a whole lot of single people, but like, I think that your husband is supposed to be there by your side to support you. Not every husband is in front of the camera. Not every husband is present, but I think Sydney does a really good job of expressing himself. I watched a little bit of the conversation today. I didn't watch the whole thing. What up, y'all? I see you. What up, Tara Whitehead? I see you. I watched a little bit of the conversation today, and I noticed that there was a lot of hate towards, well, not a lot of hate, but there were people who had things to say about the fact that Monique and her husband is present. I think it's a great example to see Black couples, especially in entertainment, right? It's so much going on in the Black entertainment industry right now. I just don't think there's anything wrong with her having her husband by her side. In fact, if you really listen to the conversation and pay attention to what he was talking about, I thank God that he was there. Hey, Marcus Smith, I see you. Hello. So excited. But I don't see anything wrong with her husband being present. But I'd like to hear a different opinion, a different perspective. If you feel like you have something to add to the conversation, wide open for it. That is the thing that I'm most hopeful for in our community. I hope we get to the point where, like, some of y'all might remember this, but like when I was in college, many moons ago, hold up, throat getting a little dry from that sinus blaster. Anybody else use sinus blaster? That stuff right here. It's bomb. Probably shouldn't be endorsing stuff. I don't want nobody taking a spray and coughing like I was coughing and fall out of a chair and have, but do the research, talk to a doctor, but check out Sinus Blaster. I'm a big fan of homeopathic remedies for stuff, and it works for me. So there is no endorsement. Ain't nobody giving me no check. Bad as I need one today. Ain't nobody paid me nothing. But if you suffer from sinuses, it's a homeopathic remedy. It's at Sprouts and all those places. Okay. So that was a free advertisement. Holla at your girl, Sprouts and Sinus Blaster. Cause we need all the advertising checks we could get. Speaking of advertising support, if you have been enjoying the content that you've been seeing over at WIRF, Women in Reality Film and TV, WIRFTV.com, please show us that you support us by commenting, If you watch the clips on YouTube, make sure that you comment. If you're watching the clips on Instagram and Twitter or anywhere else, make sure that you comment. The analytics and the algorithms and all of those things really we rely on it. The Kiki conversation is y'all already know. I ain't got to tell y'all. You already know that the conversation with Kiki Wyatt is fire. So make sure that you tune in. But please, if you have a question, bop in with it. This is sort of Nicci's Q&A. We're talking about, I was just talking about Monique and her husband. And if you have a perspective on whether or not you think that Monique's husband should not be present while she is addressing, because here's the other thing that I noticed. Okay. And I need y'all to understand this. Most of the time, Monique is speaking her truth to men, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, she might have had a few things here and there to say to women, but for the most part, you know, Monique is talking to these brothers out here. And I have to say that if you are a black woman and you are addressing something that a black man said about you, no, she don't need her husband to get in and make it his beef, but it needs to be clear that he's right there by her side, supporting his wife every step of the way, and brave and fearless enough to speak truth to whatever power that is, right? And it's a trip, because I know a lot of people feel like you get into this space of, well, I like this person and this person and Monique have an issue and whatever, but I've never heard her say she wasn't willing to sit down and talk to these people. I've never heard her say she wasn't willing to sit down and talk to Tyler Perry. I never heard her say she wasn't willing to sit down and talk to Oprah Winfrey. I never heard her say that she wasn't willing to sit down and have a face-to-face conversation with these folks. Now, the likelihood of that happening, you know, it's kind of like, you know, me and some folks probably never having a chance to sit down. But I have a lot of respect for somebody who is brave enough and fearless enough to say, I'm not just going to throw a rock and hide my hand. I'm right here. So me and you can have a conversation about whoop-de-whoop, wop-de-wop. That's how, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that she has her husband there while she's addressing grown-ass men, because there's a lot of grown-ass men out here having a lot to say about whoop. I think it is a beautiful thing. And I really like how Sydney kind of ran it down. There's an interview. I'm not going to, you know, if y'all want to see the specifics and who she was talking about and what she was talking about, all of that there stuff, then going over to her page and watch her live. But she did hit the nail on the head when she talked about some culture vulturism. There's a lot of culture vulturism going on. As a matter of fact, as a matter of dear fact, the only post that I have ever gotten 1 million views on Instagram or anywhere, I think. I mean, you know, I've gotten millions and millions of song streams, but as far as posting and social media, the only place that I've seen, like, you know, tons, 1 million, is when I posted Denzel Washington talk about the cultural incompetency happening out here in the world on this here day. And it is because it is the truth. Right. And if there is cultural incompetence, then culture voyeurism is a whole real, actual, true, factual thing. Right. And what's crazy is I get why people are afraid to talk and speak truth to power. Because let me tell you, when I tell you what I'm telling you, these people out here do not like you calling them out about their shit. They don't. You know what I'm saying? Listen, they've already reached out to folks I know trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's a thing. One of the things that you just have to kind of prepare yourself for when you are a truth teller is you have to prepare yourself for people to not like you. Right. But it's interesting how motherfuckers that don't even know you don't like you. But I get it. You know, you saw me for 5 whole minutes, maybe 2 whole hours in both seasons on R&B Divas, and you got it all summed up. I get it. I understand reality TV makes you feel like that shit is real, but news flash, the little clips you see here and there make you feel like they're real. But news flash, we're discovering every single day that we just have no idea who these motherfuckers really are. Hate to break it to you. I know it hurts. Why does it hurt so bad? Why do I feel so sad? I thought that I really knew you. I mean, you know, where's Whitney when you need her? People people really be out of these streets thinking they know my bikers, and you don't. I hate to say it. You don't. So I got a little tangent. Let me get back on the focus. Monique's husband supporting her in this process is absolutely what I would expect from mine. Mine does the same thing. He's just not all up in the videos because he's different. He's not gonna we're not gonna not with that one. But from a different perspective, absolutely. 100%. And I think that that's the reason why so many people have not been successful in this industry, is because they don't have a sound. And it doesn't even have to be your husband. It could be your partner. It could be a really good friend. But you know what? This industry is notorious for separating you from those people. They don't want you to be around those people because those people are going to tell you, bitch, what are you doing? Are you crazy? And not enough of us really get that division is a real actual tactic in this MFR. This is what they use to make our people believe the bull sugar honey iced tea that ultimately leads in so much destruction. So the fact that Monique got a good old strong black man by her side that will speak up, and he's always articulate, and he is very calm and never like, he ain't out there like, you know what I'm saying? Because trust me, there's some brothers out here that wouldn't be as calm, as collected and cool as our brother Sydney, but he understands the machine the way a lot of people don't, and he understands how to articulate. And I think it's dope. I love it. I think that there should be more of it. I think that we should see more black men standing up with their black women in this industry to these cold-hearted vultures. I see you, Bernita. So true. Let's see what the people saying. Let's see what the people saying. Cody in the house. I know that's right. What up, Doe? Cody High School. C-O-D. C-O-D-Y. Cody. Hi. If y'all wonder what that is, that's my old high school. Some high school folks on here. I love you and Kiki, and I wish y'all could do the show again. There are some speaking of the show. Someone says, Clarence Queen, go get her. We love you, Nicci. Thank you. I love you too. Thank y'all. Listen, y'all, if you love me, don't play. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. If you love me, it's turning 30 years, mother. I don't want to rain on this parade. 30 years. October 24th, and we planning something extra special. And then the album From the Bottom Up, which is also the name of our nonprofit, which is also the name of the TV show that we did with BET Centric, turns 30 on January 10th. So you guys make sure that you support us and that you follow at Brownstone Official, because we got some really cool stuff happening. So I wanted to share this with y'all, right? This is the picture. I don't know if you guys can see it on Instagram, because I think it's a little, the frame might be a little shorter. I don't know if you can see it. If you can't see it, then what it says is from the Jasmine brand. You can see it kind of in the corner, IG. It says, the ugly part of your story is going to be your most powerful testimony. So first of all, flat out to Jasmine brand, one of my favorite blogs or media companies. They have always given me a platform to share my truth. They've always been objective, and I just really appreciate, companies and businesses, media companies in particular, because the power of the media is unmatched. I really appreciate media companies that allow us to come on and tell our truth, whether they agree with it or not. It's so many fake ass, gotta have some money, gotta know somebody, gotta have a story that's, folks out there that don't cover really important conversations. So shout out to the Jasmine brand. So the ugliest part of my story, I'm sorry, let me go back so I can read it verbatim. What it say? Hold up. What it says is that ugly part of your story is going to be the most powerful part of your testimony. So let's talk about Diary of a Diva, shall we? Wait, damn, this is where I'm supposed to have a sound effect. Hold up. I'm going to do my sound effect. Don't play with it. Why are my sound effects not fucking working? Hold on. Now let's do it again. Let's talk about Diary of a Diva. Okay. Diary of a Diva. Diary of a Diva, guys. I hate to say it, but it was, as many of you are aware, that ugly part of my story. And it's become a very beautiful part of my story. A very beautiful part of my story, because it is what I viewed as the lesson that was probably the most valuable lesson in my career. And let's tie this into Monique and Sydney. And let me get some tissue. Hold on. Okay, eyes back. Cause y'all don't be telling the bitch that she got, I don't know, and things. R&B divas. The reason that I thought it was so important, and I'm glad I followed my instincts. The reason that I felt like it was so important for me to do Diary of a Diva was not because I wanted to have a pity party, right? Because I done been through so much shit, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, hands down, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I know that a pity party don't mean a thing, right? Nobody is gonna feel sorry for you. Everybody is going through shit. Everybody has issues. And most people look at the issues that celebrities have as very trivial and childish and not quite as serious as the rest of the world. And I tend to disagree, because I think that celebrity culture influences everything. So I think that it's super important for your celebrities to be mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially well, so they can pass that wellness down to the audience of millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people who pay attention to what they say, what they do, what they wear, what they sing, blah, 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 right? But we have been stripped of that power, right? Like Sydney said in the conversation with Monique, a lot of you don't understand what perpetuity means. A lot of you have no idea that that means that for generations, forever, there is no end. Perpetuity, forever, forever. These people have the right to do whatever they want to do with your likeness, whatever you want to do with your name, whatever they want to do with your legacy, right? And unfortunately, we live in a world where Black people have constantly been faced with poverty, right? We've constantly been faced with trying to figure that shit out, trying to rob Peter to pay Paul, trying to figure it out, strapping and surviving. Good times. Can't wait for y'all to hear this Eric Monty interview. Oh my gosh. Can't wait for y'all. But I digress. Black people have always struggled. Black people have constantly been shown our struggle over and over and over again. It is like a consistent, constant loop of we slaves, we strippers, we drug dealers, we gangsters, we mean, we angry, we bad bitches, we bad baby mamas, we it's just a constant replay and a constant loop of trauma and negativity and toxicity and garbage and trash and bull sugar honey iced tea. And those of us like Monique, like Kat, like so many others who have spoken out, Taraji is speaking out quite a bit. Those of us who do tend to be punished for it in one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? Shannon Sharpe has provided a platform and an outlet for people of color to have transparent, honest 2 and 3 hour conversations, something that would never be, in my opinion, because you got to say that shit too, because your First Amendment rights ain't writing the way they supposed to be writing, but that's a whole nother conversation. Shannon Sharpe has provided a platform for people to come and speak their version of their truth, right? So now he's under attack all of a suddenly, right? And what's crazy is that our community can be used as tools of the incompetent. Those same incompetent people that I got 1 million views on my reels because Denzel said it. I'm glad he said it. I'm glad 1 million people saw that. It doesn't matter that I've been saying it since R&B Divas, right? I'm gonna get back to why Diary of a Diva was important. And again, it was not for a pity party, because I don't have those. Like, we grown. The powers that be, the culturally incompetent lens, want us to believe that we don't have the power collectively to change the narrative. They want you to jump on Monique every time she opens up her mouth to speak. I mean, like, I don't have a personal problem with DL. I don't, right? That's Monique's issue, but I am my sister's keeper. And I'm an honest sister to my brother and my sister and anybody else. And I'm going to tell you what I honestly believe, what I honestly feel. You're not going to have to figure or think. One of my good friends, he was like, one person I know that does not have a poker face, ma'am. And I think that's the reason why I get into a lot of trouble, because I just don't have a fake act. It's just, I'm not always right. And I apologize when I'm not. I've made a lot of decisions that I'm like, dang, that was dumb. In Fred Sanford voice, dummy. But I've never had ill intentions. Like, I've never wanted to hurt people. I've only wanted to lift people. And people like that tend to always be the ones that end up in situations where they're getting stabbed in the back by somebody that tried to help, because you be trying to help everybody. So if you try to help a lot of people, chances are a lot of people going to talk shit about you and stab you in the back. It's just numbers, And when I hear Monique speak and I hear DL speak, I feel like DL is coming from more of a place of an attack, and I haven't seen it all, so I'm just speaking on the little corner that I've seen. Little corner I've seen, seems like it's more of a vicious attack, whereas Monique just seems like she's just expressing more of her experiences. Now, if there are probably people who disagree, and that's the whole point, and that was the point I was making. I got on a little bit of a tangent. We have got to become better about realizing that everybody don't have to agree with your motherfucking ass. Everybody don't have to have the same recollection of events and things. Everybody don't have to be like, yeah, that was it. But what people do need to be is brave enough to sit across from a person that you have an issue with and talk about it. Right? Like, it's easy to go talk about the shit with somebody else. It's going to be team Selena, team Cat Williams, team Kevin Hart, team this person, team that person. And let me tell you the danger of all this division in our community. Can somebody in the chat tell me what we represent in society right now in terms of people? It's probably about 15%. I don't know. It's probably about 15%, right? How is it possible that a group of people who only represent 15% or slightly more of this country, right, can be the number one consumers of the content that it creates, can stop some shit from going down by just leaning into Black Twitter, putting it in social media, gathering motherfuckers left and right, but can't come together collectively and unify and build generational wealth and wellness for ourselves and our families. If you look at the highest number of social media followers